You guys may not know, but I have been friends with a YouTuber known as Brandon Buckingham for quite a while. And Brandon is a YouTuber who does like vlog type content, I guess you would say. He does videos like visiting different parts of the world, hanging out. And I've been hanging out with him. He shouted me out on an episode of PKA, Painkiller Already podcast with Woody's Gamertag and FPS Russia. He shouted me out there. And so I decided to, start hanging out with him because he moved to Rhode Island, which is not too far from where I live, because he was being trained for a fight. He was being trained for a boxing match against Ice Poseidon. He was being trained by Sam Hyde. So, because Brandon was so close, I started hanging out with him. Started hanging out with Jet Neptune, who works for Sam, and some other people. And it was cool. And this was the first video I was in with Brandon on his channel. I was actually in this video. You can see me right there in my tap out shirt. I'm clearly not short.
Formula to make you.
Based on this video, I'm not short. So I was in this video, and I've been hanging out with Brandon a lot. And he asked me to go to his fight in Austin, Texas last weekend, which I was there. I watched Brandon fight, and I was pretty happy with the result. It's been cool to see him sort of talk about the training process of boxing, and I can tell he's put in a lot of work to it. And it's just been nice to see one of my friends who's put in a lot of effort kind of prevail in the end, and the work clearly paid off. And I could tell the kind of mental anguish he was going through from the boxing shit, because it's just a lot to take on, right? Especially for someone who's never who's just never boxed before, never been in combat sports. I mean, I think he did wrestle quite a bit, I know that, but I think boxing is kind of an entirely different thing. So it was cool to see the progression of him in the last, I want to say, maybe 5 months. I think he came in June or July.
So I just got off the phone with Keemstar. We're talking about me signing to Happy Punch Promotions.
So obviously this is when he signed the deal initially with Happy Punch.
He wants Sam Hyde to be my trainer, so we're going to get me signed to Happy Punch Promotions and do a YouTube boxing event, which would be sick. I'm excited for this. We just got to make this shit happen. Crazy, just got off the phone with Keemstar. Isn't that surreal?
Yeah.
It's surreal.
It's crazy.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. So Sam Hyde texted me a training schedule I need to follow to prepare to go to Rhode Island for my first boxing classes. Tonight's exercise is 1 hour of as many push-ups as I can do. I don't think I've done a push-up since like February, so like 4 months ago. Let's give it a try. Woo!
See how strong he is.
I was in such bad shape when I first signed up for the boxing match.
The face of an athlete right here.
But when I was in Thailand training Muay Thai, it was immediately apparent I had zero natural...
So not to watch the whole video, you can check it out if you want. It's called Sam Hyde is Training Me for a Fight. So I flew out to Austin to see him fight Ice Poseidon, okay? There's me right there. Jet interviewed me at the event. You can see me looking very cool. Okay, I have a gun, I'm schizophrenic shirt. And when Brandon came out, I honestly, because I was there.
There we go!
I thought he looked kind of tired and gassed. I thought he was nervous coming out. And this is Ice Poseidon, as you can see. He comes out. Ice comes out and he's he's calm, he's cool, collected, okay? He's got ice in his veins, so to speak. And he just didn't seem to be very affected by the fight at all. He seemed like he was not worried.
Ice Banana Man versus Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper, as Jet says. He's dressed like the Grim Reaper. And that kind of led me to be scared, because I was like, well, is Ice gonna win? Is Ice gonna kick his ass? I figured Brandon was training harder than Ice, but I didn't really know. In the end, I was just rooting for Brandon because he's my friend. So when this happened, I was like, fuck, is it over? Is it actually over? And you can see Ice walk up. He's calm and collected. And the entire time in the ring, he was just dancing. He was fucking around. You can see me right there, waiting with bated breath. Here they are fighting.
When he walked out, he looked like a different person than I was talking to earlier today. Ice is quick. Brandon's not scared. He's not moving.
You see Brandon did some wrestling moves on him. A little hugging, okay. But at this point, it kind of seemed like a fair fight. I thought it was going to be pretty close,
It looks...
And then you can see Ice is dancing. He's really cocky. Look at this.
It looks...
He's doing some dancing. He's doing some taunting.
It looks...
So this one, I'm like, fuck, what does Ice have up his sleeve, Is he gonna win? Is he gonna destroy Brandon? Is my friend gonna get knocked out? Because if you're being so cocky like that, right? If you're being so cocky, especially during a boxing match, you have to have something to it, right? Something to back it up, some level of skill. Maybe he thought he had that.
Ice is confident.
He's still dancing. And this is still round one, keep in mind. All this is round one.
Right in the chin.
But you see, Brandon starts getting some shots in.
Ice is...
He hit him with the uppercut pretty brutally.
He's having fun.
Unfortunately, the cameraman's in front of us, but he keeps fucking hitting him.
Energy is the question. We all know in round 2.
He keeps fucking hitting him. Brandon is getting the shots, and Ice is backed against the cage. Look at this shit. He's running away at this point. Brandon is on the offensive. Ice is just constantly defending himself.
Oh, that's a double up. Oh, good recovery on Ice.
And right here, it seems like it could be a toss-up, but this is where it ends. This next 20 seconds is the fucking end.
This is such a wild fucking... Oh my god! Let's go, okay.
Yo, look at that. Holy fuck.
Oh, that's what it is, Let's go, Brandon! And that's real aggression!
And you can probably hear me screaming, let's go, Brandon.
Aggression! Now he's in the fucking
movement.
Now it's over. He's fucking snacking him. Ice is disoriented.
One after the other. Chase his ass around. Chase his ass around the fucking ring.
And that's it. That's the fucking end. Brandon fucking won the fight. All of Ice's cockiness, all of Ice's hubris. It was just nothing in the end. I guess I should give some props to Ice. I think during an after-fight interview with Donig, I think I said some really mean shit about Ice. I think I was like, the ice caps are melting, loser, you got fucked. But in the end, I mean, it was just, there was no contest. Like, he just fucking destroyed him. I guess I respect him for getting in the ring. Hopefully this kind of situation sends him a message about the importance of not being too cocky in a situation like this, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to get in the ring with that sort of level of cockiness, with that level of like, you know, oh, I'm going to win, you know, I'm going to dance, I'm going to have the music and shit. And he looked totally like unworried when he came out, unbothered. You know, you got to back it up with something at least. I mean, more of a fight, but round one, he got destroyed.
Hopefully it was a war and it was a really entertaining fight.
Well, I was kind of annoyed when the ref stopped it. I mean, you got me a couple times there at the end.
For reference, this is right after the fight. It was weird to be here because I was in this room when this happened. I was like behind the camera, not you literally filming, but I was like in the same vicinity. So it was kind of weird to see all these interviews happening with like Ice and Sam and Brandon.
Like 5-6 times, but I would have kept going.
Yeah, no, you're a fucking tough dude. You're a ballsy dude, and I was really scared going in there, honestly. Were you scared at all?
I mean, a little nervous, but I stayed pretty calm. Of course, I'm disappointed on how that went because I worked 4 months to get out in round one, but it happens. It is what it is.
I know Brandon is really nice to Ice. I know he wants to be a nice guy to him. I think the blatant, like super obvious scamming of his fans, like intentionally for the crypto project he did, in my opinion, that's kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to see Ice the same way for a while. Hopefully he becomes a better person, especially doing it for a Tesla, okay? You could have gotten any car. You could have scammed people for any car, and you scammed him for a Tesla instead.
But I mean, how did you feel though?
I don't even remember the fight. It was like, I was very, very nervous and scared, and you know, you hit me.
I thought he was nervous going out there. Interesting to hear that was reflected in reality. He just looked like nervous. Meanwhile, Ice was calm and collected, and then, you know, in the end, the complete opposite actually happened. Charles Bennick for $5 says, did you see Salt Poppy and Worski? I did. That was brutal, man. Salt Poppy and Worski.
Salt Poppy the Southpaw.
Poppy's so good though. I've been seeing all his videos of him training. He's nasty.
From Salt Poppy.
Salt Poppy.
Oh, and that's it. That's the end. That's Salt Poppy versus Worski. Like 20 fucking seconds, man. That's it. Tom, don't you have a family to eat Thanksgiving dinner with? I had Thanksgiving lunch with my family, okay? Don't you have a family to eat Thanksgiving dinner with? You fucking pathetic. Why are you in my stream chat, okay? I'm here creating entertainment for my people, Smaggle-Daggle. What the fuck are you doing criticizing me in my stream chat? And as a final note, just to wrap up the Brandon thing, this is like an after-fight interview directly after the fight. Right after he won, they had Brandon come on stage to talk about the fight. I guess I'll just let the clip play for itself. Speak for itself, rather.
Danger in this arena. Well done, Brandon.
My last thing I want to say is, Sneeko, Andrew Callahan, Danny Mullen, come fight me, you fucking pussy!
Suck a dick with AIDS on the tip. Okay, well, whatever.